Hello, my dear. Welcome. If you've made it this far, it's perhaps because you feel that, despite all your dedication, something is still missing for you to be that unforgettable woman. The woman he can't get out of his head. The one who occupies his thoughts even when he's busy with other things. I am Lyris, and throughout my journey, I have deeply studied human behavior to understand what truly connects a man to a woman. Often, we women make the mistake of believing we need to make huge sacrifices, change who we are, or even become a perfect and unattainable version of ourselves to be loved. But the truth, and I want you to hold on to this dearly, is that true power, that magnetism that attracts a real man, lies in simplicity. It's in the details. You know that sparkle in your eye when you talk about something you love? Or how you maintain your dignity in moments of silence? That is exactly what we are going to talk about today. We'll discuss the 20 small things women do that, believe me, men notice and deeply value. Sometimes they can't explain it, they don't verbalize it the way we'd like, but they feel it. They feel when a woman is comfortable in her own skin. Before we dive into our list, I need to ask you for a moment of honesty with yourself. Have you been prioritizing yourself? Have you been treating yourself with the care you expect him to have for you? Magnetism is born from within. If you are always insecure, waiting for a message or validation, you are handing over your power on a silver platter. The man who is worth it is attracted to the woman who has a life of her own, who has purpose, and who doesn't live for the sake of being chosen. The first of these 20 things is something that seems simple, but is transformative. Your ability to be present. In a world where everyone is always distracted, always looking at their phones, a woman who truly looks into your eyes, who listens attentively, and who is fully there in the moment, is a beacon. When you are with a man and give him your full attention, it creates a rare connection. The second is your ability to laugh at yourself. I'm not talking about being funny all the time, but about not taking life so seriously. Lightness is a magnetic feminine quality. When you don't apologize for small mistakes or aren't ashamed of being human, you project incredible confidence. He feels safe by your side because he knows he won't have to walk on eggshells. The third is how you take care of your space, your environment, and your own energy. Men observe your energy. When you enter a room, do you carry an aura of tranquility or anxiety? That woman who exudes calmness, who isn't shaken by every little breeze, is much more attractive than the woman who is always complaining or trying to control every detail of the situation. The fourth thing is your tone of voice. Have you ever stopped to notice how you speak? Often, due to stress or wanting to assert ourselves, we end up with a more aggressive, rushed tone. Learning to lower your tone, speaking calmly and firmly, is a powerful trigger of seduction. It communicates that you are a woman who doesn't need to shout to be heard, because your presence is enough. We are just beginning to uncover these secrets that shape male perception and, more importantly, strengthen your own personal power. We still have a long journey through the next blocks, where I will show you how these attitudes will shape not only how he sees you, but how you see yourself in the mirror. We have already established that the starting point is your presence, and how you occupy your space. But now, we need to elevate this conversation. Let's talk about the fifth thing men notice and love, which is your ability to have your own opinions and not be afraid to express them. You know that woman who agrees with everything just to please? Who suppresses her own personality to fit his taste? That is the opposite of magnetism. A real man admires a woman who takes a stand. When you disagree with him elegantly, when you bring up a point of view he had never considered, you stop being just another woman and become someone he literally needs to discover. The sixth thing is your intellectual and emotional independence. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about being cold. I'm talking about having a life so vibrant, with studies, reading, and achievements, that you don't need him to be the center of your universe to feel complete. A man feels when he is an accessory in your life, and not your only trophy. This generates an almost instinctive kind of respect. He starts seeing you as an equal partner, not as someone waiting for a crumb of attention to feel good. The 7th attitude is how you treat other people. Have you noticed how he observes how you treat the waiter, the driver, or even someone helping you on the phone? Elegance in dealing with the world is one of the most attractive things a woman can possess. It says a lot about your character and your capacity for empathy. He will wonder, if she treats the world with such kindness and class, how will she treat me when we reach a deeper level of intimacy? The 8th thing is your mystery. And here, I'm not talking about hiding dark secrets, but knowing when to speak and when to listen. Many women make the mistake of dumping their entire life story, all their traumas and insecurities, on the very first date or in the first few weeks. Take it easy, my dear. Learn to pace yourself. Male interest is fueled by curiosity. When you don't hand over the treasure map right away, you allow him to feel motivated to keep exploring your world. The 9th attitude is your authentic self-care. And I'm not just talking about aesthetics, makeup, or expensive clothes. I'm talking about that care that comes from within, dressing well for yourself, smelling nice, taking care of your health because you love yourself, and not to impress anyone. When you take care of yourself out of self-love, you exude a confidence that is almost impossible to ignore. He realizes you aren't there seeking approval. You are just being your best version. The 10th thing, and this is fundamental, is your good mood. Life is heavy enough, and a man, deep down, looks for a woman who is a refuge, not an extra burden. This doesn't mean you should pretend to always be happy, but it means you have the ability to see the bright side of things, to make a clever joke, to turn a tense moment into something lighter. This lightness is what makes him want to be around you when his day is tough. Notice how all these attitudes revolve around one single thing: your personal value. You aren't doing these things to manipulate him. You are doing them because that's how a woman who respects herself behaves. And when you respect yourself, the man naturally adjusts to respect you too. Many of you ask me how to apply this in practice without seeming like you're acting, and the answer is simple. Everything starts in your mind. The ebook I am developing brings exactly the step-by-step guide for you to change this mindset once and for all, so that these attitudes become part of who you are. You already understand that your value isn't something you ask for, it's something you radiate. But now, let's talk about the 11th thing men observe, and that often makes them silently drawn to your behavior. The 11th thing is your controlled vulnerability. There is an abysmal difference between being a fragile woman who needs someone to solve her problems and being a woman who has the courage to show her humanity. When you allow a man to see a softer side of you, when you admit that you have feelings and can also have moments of doubt, you open a door. A man doesn't connect with a suit of armor. He connects with the essence behind it. The 12th attitude is your ability to maintain your own pace. Often, we enter a relationship and want to speed everything up. We want him to commit. We want him to marry. We want him to plan the future, while he is still trying to understand what is happening. The magnetic woman is in no rush. She trusts her value. She understands that if something is meant to be, time will only strengthen the bond. When you stop pushing time, he realizes you aren't desperate, and that intrigues him. The man who is afraid of losing his freedom stops seeing you as a threat and starts seeing you as a safe haven. The 13th is your ability to be an excellent listener. And I'm not talking about listening while thinking about what to answer next. I'm talking about truly listening. When a man finds a woman who understands what he says, and especially what he doesn't say, he feels he has found something rare. In today's world, everyone wants to talk. Everyone wants to be the protagonist. If you are the woman who offers a judgment-free listening space, you become the place he wants to be. This doesn't mean you should be his therapist. Quite the opposite. It means you are smart enough to observe and understand the nuances of his life. The 14th is your elegance in resolving conflicts. Fights happen. Disagreements happen. but how you react to them says whether you are a high-value woman or an ordinary woman. The high-value woman doesn't resort to insults, doesn't play punitive silent games, doesn't try to humiliate her partner to feel superior. She talks. She sets boundaries with firmness and elegance, and she isn't afraid to walk away if the disrespect is constant. When you maintain your dignity, even in an argument, you compel the man to respect you. The 15th thing is your genuine interest in knowledge. A man loves a woman who has something to say, who has plans, who is always seeking to evolve. This shows that you are a person who looks to the future. When you share a new idea, a book you read, or a project you are creating, you become a source of inspiration. And believe me, successful men are attracted to women who share this vision of growth. The 16th attitude is knowing when to say no. No is the most powerful word in a woman's vocabulary. Saying no to a last-minute invitation, saying no to a situation that devalues you, saying no to behaviors you don't tolerate. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you are saying yes to yourself. He will notice that you have standards. And a man, instinctively, wants to be the one who meets the standards of a woman who doesn't accept just anything. We are building here the foundation of who you want to become. These aren't just etiquette tips, they are tools of power. Do you understand how each piece fits into the construction of this magnetic woman? We are just a few steps away from the end of this discovery process. We have reached the decisive moment. We have walked through almost the entire list, and you've realized that every detail, every small attitude we discussed, isn't about him. It's about you. When we get to the 17th thing men notice and love, we talk about your ability to detach from the outcome. The magnetic woman is the one who does her best, who positions herself with value, but who understands that the final result is not in her control. This detachment is what makes her unattainable, because she isn't there trying to buy anyone's love or attention. She is just being who she is. The 18th attitude is your emotional stability. The world is full of volatile people who explode for any reason, who live on a carousel of drama. When you become a woman who processes her emotions, who understands her wounds and doesn't project them onto the other, you become an oasis. He will notice that, near you, the chaos outside has no place, and that is one of the most potent forms of seduction that exists. The 19th thing is how you celebrate life's small victories. Are you grateful? Can you see beauty in a Sunday afternoon, in a well-brewed coffee, in a project that worked out? The energy of gratitude is magnetic. Men are attracted to women who vibrate positively, who can find light amidst the shadows. When you are this woman, you elevate the energy of the environment, and he will want to be where the energy is good. And finally, the 20th thing. Your ability to put yourself first, without selfishness, but with total self-love. When you prioritize yourself, you teach the other to prioritize you. You set clear boundaries. You say, I don't accept this, not because you are annoying, but because you know the value of your time and your peace. This is where the Chosen One's power manual that I've been talking so much about comes into play. There, I compiled exactly how to structure this self-love so that it isn't just a pretty phrase, but a practice that changes your romantic reality. My dear, being a magnetic woman is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a daily choice to wake up and decide to be the protagonist of your life. Don't wait for him to come complete you. Complete yourself. When you are overflowing, you will attract not someone to fill you, but someone to add to your abundance. I want to thank you for allowing me into your life today and sharing these secrets. Don't keep this just to yourself. Reflect on which of these 20 attitudes you need to start practicing today. And if you feel you need a guide, a step-by-step to transform this mindset and take charge, be sure to follow the upcoming content. We are together in this mission to awaken your personal power. If this content touched your heart or gave you that click you needed, leave your comment down below. I want to hear your story. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we are just starting to uncover the keys that will change your love life and your perception of your own value. The awakening begins now, with you. A warm kiss from Lyris, and I'll see you in our next encounter.